What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tishay, and I'm in the building with Dezii.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
I am good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
You're so pretty.
Thank you. So are you.
Thank you. So is pink your favorite color?
Yeah. Can you tell?
I can. I can definitely tell. Is it like a certain shade?
No, well, yeah, baby pink is my favorite, but any pink is, all girly.
Okay.
So I like girly.
So you're a girly girl.
Yeah.
Have you always been a girly girl?
Yeah. I was a tomboy growing up with my soccer and stuff like that, but now girly girl, like my girly girl.
I love it. It's like independent woman, but girly girl.
Yeah.
That's cool. So can you tell me, how long have you been doing music?
Oh, goodness. I've been doing music for a long time. I used to do Broadway when I was younger, in my high school days. And then I phased out and I kind of did soccer for a long time. And then probably like 6 years ago, I stepped back in, but I didn't start performing and actually putting out music till about a year and a half ago.
Okay, well,
by myself.
You skipped by Broadway. Now wait a minute. Which was your favorite? Which was your favorite show to perform?
So Kristen Chenoweth is my favorite singer. She's amazing, and that's why I'm so excited for the new Wicked and the actresses that are coming out, because they've been big actresses, but this is such a, to see Broadway go movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such a crazy change. So, but yeah, no, she's my favorite. I love Wicked, Guys and Dolls, Guys and Gals. And what's my favorite though? Cats. Cats is probably my favorite.
So if you could star in one, which one would it be?
Star in one? Maybe Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the music in that one a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So with you doing a variety of music, I should say, what is your favorite to do?
My favorite kind of music to do is pop. I love like EDM pop music. I was just talking to you earlier about it, but I've been trying to touch like the European sound a lot more with the EDM tracks that I'm doing, because I really like what I hear over there. Okay. So I'm trying to transition into that. It's more or less finding people here. Oklahoma's very diverse in the music industry here. So it's very easy to find somebody, and it's very difficult to find somebody, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Definitely makes sense. So I guess it's kind of easy because everybody says they do it, but harder because not everybody actually does it the way you would want it to be done, or something like that.
Right.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Definitely makes sense. Mm-hmm. So with you liking pop, do you like Britney Spears?
I do like Britney Spears.
Okay. I was scared for a second.
I do. I grew up on. So my first album I ever owned was a Taylor Swift album called 15, I believe.
Okay.
Or Fearless. It was called Fearless. There's a song on there called 15. And then I bought the Rihanna Loud album when I was 16, and then Nicki Minaj came out with Pink Friday, and that was a total game changer then. Like, oh my god, Roman's Revenge was crazy.
That is funny. So who is your favorite artist?
Oh, probably Rihanna.
Rihanna?
I always go back to her. Yeah, definitely.
I love amazing. Rihanna. I didn't even know how many songs I knew of Rihanna until, I think it was when she performed at the Super Bowl. I was like, now wait a minute, I know all the songs.
I know all these songs, yeah.
So I love that. That's funny. So if you could have a feature from anybody, who would it be?
Ooh. Probably Zara Larsson. I don't know if you know who that is. If you listen to some of her music, you'd probably know who she is.
Okay.
But
See, that's how it happened with
Rihanna. she's amazing. She does a lot of the EDM stuff, and she's very inspiring to the youth. That's something really important to me, is being able to inspire people that are, looking up to you.
That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to an EDM party?
I used to make I spray paint art, and I make a lot of really cool looking stuff, and I used to go to EDM concerts, and I would sell my art to the people that were there, dancing and doing whatever. And so now I'm going to perform at these things, and it's a totally different perspective.
So with EDM, because I know a lot of people are there and they're like ready to party. Mm-hmm. How do you stay active with a crowd like that?
How do I keep them active, or how do I survive that?
Yes, definitely survive.
I would say hydration. I hydrate a lot. it's just it's very crowded, but the people are very kind. It's all about good vibes. If you don't feel safe, there's things that can be taken care of, and so it's a big community of people. And I think that in itself helps a lot. When somebody's lost or somebody passes out or somebody doesn't know what's going on, you have somebody nearby who's safe who can help you.
Okay.
So.
So, what is the first type of song that you did yourself as an artist yourself?
So I made a song called "Move Them Hips." It was a Afro pop beat. It was a lot different than anything I had ever made, and it's still to this day is one of my favorite songs. I have people ask me to do it all the time. I don't because it's one of my older songs, but
you don't perform it anymore.
I don't.
So you retired it.
Yeah, I did retire it. Yeah, I know I should do it, but.
Have you ever thought about doing like an album just of the music that you did retire?
I've never thought about that. That is a good idea, though.
Just thought about that off the top of the head.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good idea.
So, what do you feel like you want to happen in your career in the next 5 years?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I'm so thankful for the opportunity, even to be here with you. I'm really thankful for the opportunities I've gotten. This past show I did, I got to meet CeeLo Green, and that was my first like official famous person to meet, and I was so honored. And I think like if my music career didn't continue today, I would be happy with where I'm at now.
That's beautiful.
But I would like to push, like I said, push my music in Europe. I'd like to be able to travel to Europe to tour and things like that. But if it doesn't happen, like I said, I'm more than satisfied with what I've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if Taylor Swift walked through the door right now, she's not, but if she did, what song would you want to be like remixed by her?
Of mine?
Of yours.
Oh. No, I always go back to it. Twilight Fantasy. Twilight Fantasy is my favorite song that I've ever done. It's just, and to have her on it, no, it'd be a really good switch up,
That's awesome. That's definitely awesome.
Yeah.
So let's say you're on tour in Europe and you get to pick 3 things that you take with you. What are those 3 things that you're going to take?
My daughter.
Okay.
My kiddo always comes with me. I don't know. I don't know what I would bring with me.
Is there like your favorite candy bar? Is it?
I would bring my video game.
Okay.
I would definitely bring my video
What kind of video games do you play?
Oh, my girl, don't get me started. It's so bad. I'm a huge gamer.
Are you?
I like Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
And yeah, and like World of Warcraft. And
she's a girly girl and she plays games.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely my games and my kid. I don't. Outside of that, it'd just be a dream to go.
That's awesome. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and buy everything there.
Come back with suitcases.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So, do you feel like music is going to be like a gateway for acting, or is that not in the future? Or?
Oh, I'm a terrible actress.
Really?
I do content with OG Taco, and I think that the most views we've gotten was about 1 million views, and we've reached about 100,000 likes in the most that we've done. But I'm so bad at acting in these films or in these videos. I don't even understand how they get so many likes or views, to be completely honest.
Really?
But people like the humor. And I think that's what it is, like I like comedy and comedy sells,
So if comedy, would it be comedy that you would want to be in?
I'd love to be a stand-up comedian. Absolutely. Really? Oh my God, yeah.
You got a joke for us?
No. Not anything appropriate.
Okay. What's appropriate? I mean, it's internet radio, so.
No.
Okay. So with music, do you feel like, or how do you feel about when it comes for the process for you?
So like creating the music, the process is super easy. So I actually am really glad you're talking to me about this because a lot of people ask me about the AI. A lot of people talk about the AI. A lot of people ask me, are your songs AI? My songs are not AI at all. I've made every single one of my songs, but what we do is we use melodies from AI songs. So I have a producer. Every beat that I have made is original. It's completely by the producer that's doing it. So his name is Kyle Fields, and he's out of New York. He's extremely talented with what he does. We'll go through.
Kyle.
Yeah, right. Hey, Kyle. But we have a lot of like mainstream sounds that we come across. So we'll take the melody, rewrite the lyrics, and completely change the beat, and we'll put it out. So the only thing we keep is the melody. And so a lot of people have been asking me that. So there's that to kind of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, to kind of settle it, and
I didn't know that, but with AI, it's like the future anyways. But you see people, I guess, putting their songs out with AI. I didn't even know that it was an actual thing.
Yeah.
I want to click on a little button, but I don't because I don't want to hear my voice.
You should do it. You should definitely do it.
I'm not about to embarrass myself at home.
Timberland just signed his first AI artist.
When he signed the 10th one, I click the button. Once he get to 10, I got you.
You're like, not me.
Not me. I know you're gonna be right. Like, wait a minute. I'm gonna sound like the Dungeon Dragon. It's not
okay,
gonna be
Roman.
fair. It's not gonna be fair. Like, no. So with you creating the music, is it a long process when you're in the studio?
Sometimes it depends on who I'm working with. Recently I did some music with some artists at Strange Music, and it was a lot of fun. You know, seeing where Tech Nine's crew does everything. I mean, that's a huge honor.
Definitely.
But they're looking for more of like a R&B hip hop vibe, and so I'm having to change from the pop dynamic that I'm doing right now and kind of switching it up. But their creative inspiration has really, you know, it makes things easy. You know, once I hear them putting something on the track, I'm like, oh, okay, I got it.
So have you ever thought about doing more of a hip hop side?
Yeah, I do occasionally, and I really like it. I'm not gonna lie, I love SZA. She's one of my favorite artists. She's like a fairy. Like, oh my god, she's so ethereal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I wish I could make music like her. That's definitely the goal. The lyricist or the lyrics in it, you know, her being a lyricist is amazing. The music, herself, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the music that you make, do you feel like you said earlier, I think before we were actually on camera, that you like to inspire people and be a motivation? Do you feel like your music is that?
I do, yeah. So I actually have a song called Best Thing,
Okay.
and it means a lot to me. My best friend had called me and told me that she was thinking about giving up, and that things were really hard for her, and she'd been in a really bad situation. And so I wrote a song to her kind of explaining the fire that I see in her and the potential that shines, and that, you know, she can't leave me.
Well, you make me cry.
Please, you know, like, don't ever
That's
leave
beautiful.
me, you know. So I want to tell, like, we all go through it, you know. Please let me be the person who talks you out of doing something that could completely change your life, you know. And I think writing that song changed my view in music. I got a lot softer. I started focusing on who was listening to me, the little ears that were listening, you know. And so I do, though. All right.
Did anything change when you had a daughter?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. You know, we're all very, you know, selfish people before we have children. And I had my child, and I learned what true love is.
That's awesome. So with you being an artist, does she know that you're an artist?
Oh my goodness, my kid is my favorite person. She knows every one of my songs.
Oh.
She wants to come to all of my shows. I can't always because
obviously,
you know, but she is my biggest fan.
That is awesome.
She is, yeah.
That's dope. So
yeah.
She's like, yeah, my mom is a star.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool. I love it. So with traveling, is it harder with being a parent?
So I get 50-50.
Okay.
And so a lot of the times my daughter, I say a lot, you know, 50% of the time she's with her dad. So I just schedule my shows on the times that I don't have her. And like I told you, you know, when it comes to her, I drop everything for
That's
her.
beautiful.
So if it's a show that's, you know, interfering, usually I don't go to the show. I'll stay with my child.
That's beautiful. I love that. I definitely love that.
Thank you.
So with juggling being an artist and a woman, what do you think is the hardest part?
Oh, probably relationships. As a woman, it's very difficult. I actually just talked to Mariah, Danae, and Mia T about this. We talked about how it's really hard to connect with males, and it's, you know, it's hard with females as well. But there's a very sexual aspect when men do things with women, and I think that a lot of times we're sexualized in the wrong areas, in the wrong places. Like when I'm going to record with somebody, or I need an engineer to work on my music, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for a one night stand. I'm looking to do music, you know. And so it's very hard for people to separate that. And that's why I've started doing it myself. I send my music off. I don't meet my producer. I don't meet my engineers. I do everything at my own house. Like, it's just kind of doing things by yourself, and having your connects is a lot easier.
Do you feel like with you doing so many aspects of the song that it kind of makes you hear things different? Like when you're working with someone, you're like, nah, I can do that myself. Like, does it make it harder for you to work with others?
No, not at all. No, I'm very open to like new ideas, and I love when people are like, "Hey, why don't we try this?" Or "Hey, this is what I put on here for you," and I'll give my opinion. Like, "Hey, you could tweak this, a little bit," but I'm never better than anybody else. We're all doing this together. You know what I'm saying? And I could learn something from what's going on. So I get excited when people show me new stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's definitely awesome because I know some people are like, that's I said it sounds like this.
No,
so you're not like that.
No,
that's
no.
dope. Is it easy to work with you?
I would say so. Yeah. I'm pretty simple. Just let people know what I want and they deliver, and that's that.
So you haven't become a diva yet?
No, not at all. I'm very humble. My beginnings were very difficult, and so to be where I am now, I'm very thankful, and that's what I am.
So when do you think you're going to become the diva?
Maybe with a lot of zeros behind me.
Do you feel like you're always going to be the person that people can walk up to and say hi?
I don't know. I've really been shut off the older I get. I learned that, there's a lot of people who aren't genuine. And it hurts a lot when you put time into people and energy and it doesn't come back out. So, no. No, I don't think
that's
I'm going to be that
answer.
person. I want to be. I would love to be that person that's like, I love you. Let's be friends. But I've been hurt way too many. Girl, yes. I've been hurt.
Makes sense. I understand. Mm-hmm. So with protecting yourself and being a woman in this industry, do you ever have to tell someone like, I don't want to work with you because you don't understand my boundaries?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna name drop.
No, of course not. Please don't.
Yeah, I have ran into those situations, and you don't have to burn bridges when things like that happen. Like you just set boundaries. Like you can't access me in that way. This is what ways you can, music wise, and that's that. And most of the time, it stops right there. Mariah and me and Tia, we were talking about how we thwart the men, and I said that I call him buddy. Like, hey, buddy, what's up, buddy? It doesn't feel very good being called buddy. And Mariah was talking about how she daps them up. So I think there's ways that you can set boundaries without having to say anything.
That makes sense. Do you feel like it's hard for you to date while being a woman in this industry?
I don't date. I don't date.
Okay.
I'm so pleased by myself. I don't see any need for dating at all.
That's great. That's great. So if you ever wanted to date, do you feel like it would be hard? Just with like having fans and people.
Yeah. People. I mean, I get insecure sometimes. I get jealous sometimes. So I understand that feeling. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a normal feeling to see somebody, eyeballing your partner, and you kind of feel a little bit of jealousy inside. But you just have to know how to control yourself. But it is hard. It is hard. People look at you, and like I said, they sexualize us because we're women. And so it is difficult.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So, what are you working on?
Oh, I am working on a song called Missing Home. It's another EDM track.
Okay.
I'm working on it with Kyle Fields, and then I'm working on some music at Strange with Nico Nas and Tragic. There's some really cool artists. They've got about 4 million streams and a handful of songs.
That's beautiful.
They're doing really good. Yeah, if you guys can, check out, Nico Nas and Tragic. Shout out to them. But yeah, just kind of branching out, doing different things. Hopefully out of the country at some point.
Okay, so you're going to start in Europe. Where are you going to next?
Oh, girl, I don't know. I didn't even think that far.
You got to plan it. Once you say it, it comes alive. I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you're right.
So, got one place other than Europe?
I would say probably Asia.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Oh, I love the culture. It's so beautiful.
It is.
So beautiful.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about the past.
Okay.
You said your first song was
Move Them Hips.
Move Them Hips. Can you say a couple of lines from Move Them Hips? You don't have to get into it too much, but you don't even have to sing it. Do it like it's a poem.
Okay. It's more of like a club mix. But it goes, yeah, going down, down. Can you feel my body right? I can't remember the lyrics. Girl, so nervous.
Don't be nervous. Okay. And I know you said that you're not going to do acting.
Yeah.
But we like to play a game. And so.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a scenario,
Okay.
and you have to act.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so scary movie.
Okay.
The person is behind you.
Okay.
Are you going to tell your friends or not? What are you going to do? What's your next move?
And I know they're behind me, but nobody else does.
Nobody else knows.
And I'm trying to warn
I guess
them.
they're behind them, and so your turn to them like, oh my gosh, what do you do? Do you scream? Do you say something? What's your next move?
You want me to be completely? You know that look we give our girls when we're at the club and the wrong guy's talking to us.
Make that look.
Start giving that look like, can you help me out, please? I need you to come get this.
That's what you would do?
Yeah.
That makes sense. You might save their life. They might get out of there. They might be like, wait a minute.
Like, hey.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you like comedy.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're in the next is it Screamers? No, it's Scary Movie. You're in the next Scary Movie.
Okay.
And the man with the little hand.
Oh.
His strong arm. He wants you to grab it. What are you gonna do?
And he wants me to grab the strong arm. I don't know how much money's behind it.
You gonna grab his little arm, ain't you? I would grab it too for like 10 million. I mean, shit, why not?
With the right amount of zeros behind it, yeah.
That is funny.
Exactly.
So, what do you do for fun?
I game. I game a lot. I like to read.
And you said Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what it's called?
Dungeons. Oh my god, I'm a huge nerd. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I have like a whole bunch of the campaigns and the action figures and like the dice sets.
I don't
and
believe
stuff. Girl, I'm telling you, I love DMing. So DMing, it's called being a dungeon master. And so what I do is I narrate my stories and I kind of come up with crazy things off the wall for my characters. You know, my players
Really?
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
See, I don't even want to tell you the only place that I know this to be.
Oh goodness, where?
Law and Order.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like an episode, and people were like crazy and stuff.
What?
You never seen that episode?
No.
Yeah, it was either Law and Order or NCIS or something, and they were
That's crazy.
Yeah, they were crazy on the game, and they were like killing people, and she was like making them come to the game and through the game. Yeah, it was crazy.
You can make like $70 an hour being a DM.
I like DMs. I was just thinking about doing that. Are you gonna tell me how to do it?
I know, right? Let me know. Where do I go?
That is cool. So besides gaming and reading, what type of books do you like to read?
So my favorite series, well, it's a trilogy. It's called Ever Wild, Ever Lost, and Ever Found, and they're in purgatory. They died together. They're in purgatory, and there are different areas they can go. They're trying to find the afterlife, and they have coins that take them there, but it's a lot. They have like supernatural powers and stuff like that. It's really, I read it as a kid and it was so cool. My dad was a preacher. He's also military, and so I read a lot, and I was very, very spiritual growing up. And I kind of let go of the religious part of it and was just super spiritual. And that book series just kind of like opened me up to, okay, this is really neat. I didn't know that people had different ideas about afterlife and middle life, and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's why you were early, because your dad is military.
Yeah. What do they say? It's like, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time.
Yep,
yes,
that's what they say.
Yep.
Was it hard being, you said, a preacher?
A preacher's daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And he was
I heard
military.
you guys were the worst ones.
Yeah. What do you think I got all these tattoos? I had to rebel some way.
That is funny.
No, yeah. It's just a lot of sheltering. I had to learn things the hard way because my parents didn't want me to get hurt, and I understand that. But once I got into the real world, it bit me in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn the really hard way. Yeah,
that makes sense. So, do you feel like with your music, who do you call when you write a song? Like, who's the first person you want to hear it?
My mom.
Really?
My mom.
Is she a fan?
Yeah, my mom's my biggest supporter outside of my daughter. My mom maintains my pages, My mom tells me when she thinks something's safe and not safe, and I believe the mom gut, I believe it, so I don't go to certain shows because she'll say stuff, and you know, my mom. My mom is just my mom.
That is awesome. So she's like your momager.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Say hi, Mom.
Yeah, hey, Mom.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So with the next 5 years, you told us what you want to do. What is it? What's something that you want to accomplish as soon as possible?
Something that I would like to accomplish as soon as possible. I wish it was more, you know, music driven, but I want such a simple life. I want to just pay off my house and be able to go get the land I want and, you know, build a generational wealth for my child.
That's awesome.
But it's so hard. I have such little time. I just hit 30 and I feel like everything's going so fast and I don't have time to do it. And
as 34, it goes by faster.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. The older you get.
That's what it is. Did you watch the game last night?
I did, yes. We won. I can't believe we won.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure she was on the right side, y'all.
Yeah. I am not with the Pacers. No, man. No, I can't believe we won. OKC's been, I mean, man, we need it. We need it. It's going to be a facelift for OKC.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Price is going up.
Absolutely. Girl.
I should have got my house before.
You're right. The equity is going to be sky high.
Sky high. And the Olympics is supposed to come.
Here? To Oklahoma.
A part of it. I believe like the rowing.
Interesting. Oh, over by the Okana. Shout out to the Okana. I love it. Yeah. Listen, I've gone back. I love it. It's amazing.
It's all indoor, or is it some outdoor?
No, there's some outdoor. Okay. It's really nice, and they're building a cool bridge from the service road there onto the property as well.
Oh, so it's there's a lot of restaurants.
Yeah.
Did you eat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The food was amazing.
Okay.
Absolutely
That's
phenomenal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to tell the audience?
No. Just check me out, Dezii_official. I appreciate you for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much
You're
for having me.
always welcome. Will you come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. If we get a pink screen, will you like do a performance in front of us?
Yeah.
Yay!
Absolutely.
You guys heard it here. She said it.